Thank you for joining me with Reading English Aloud, and this is our Reading English Aloud practice. Our article is called Rats in the City. New vocabulary words. We'll start with nouns. First word, offspring, offspring. Number 2, inhabitant, inhabitant. Number 3, detection, detection. Number 4, removal, removal. Number 5, source, source. And let's look at the meanings of the words. Offspring, an animal's young, a person's child or children. Inhabitant, a person or animal that lives in a place. Detection, the action of identifying something concealed or hidden. Number 4, removal, taking away something unwanted. Number 5, a place, person, or thing from which something originates or can be obtained. New vocabulary words. Verbs. Number 1, produce, produce. Number 2, fine, fine. Number 3, launch, launch. Number 4, roam, roam. Number 5, cease, cease. And the meanings? Number 1, produce, create or form as part of a physical, biological, or chemical process. Number 2, fine, issue a ticket that you must pay for breaking a rule. Number 3, launch, start or set in motion, introduce a new product or publication to the public for the first time. Number 4, roam, move about or travel aimlessly, especially over a wide area. Number 5, cease, come or bring to an end. And our final 5 new vocabulary words are adjectives and adverbs. Number 1, furry, furry. Number 2, contaminated, contaminated. Number 3, populous, populous. Number 4, explosive, explosive. Number 5, automatically, automatically. Let's look at the meanings of these words. Furry, covered with fur. Number 2, contaminated, made impure by something or a poisonous substance. Populous, having a large population, densely populated. Explosive, explosive, able or likely to break apart violently, sudden and dramatic. Automatically, automatically, by itself with little or no direct human control. By itself with little or no direct human control. Okay, let's start reading the article. Let's read the article aloud. Rats in the city. Rats love humans. If they live in a city alongside people, they are guaranteed shelter, water, and a plentiful food source. Unfortunately, humans do not share this love connection. A rat is a four-legged mammal with a long tail and furry body. There are more than 64 types of rats, with an average size of 22 to 30 centimeters long, excluding the tail. Rats mature sexually at 5 weeks, and it takes only 21 days for a female to produce offspring. In 1 year, a female rat can give birth 6 times, producing approximately 50 new rats. That is why their population numbers worldwide are in the billions, and they are believed to be the world's most populous animal. Rats have been part of city life for as long as there have been cities. The 2 million inhabitants of Paris share their beautiful city with 8 million rats. Parisians can be fined if they do not participate in the removal of rodents following a government campaign that was launched in 2008. Other cities have similar problems with rats. To solve the rat problem in the American city of Chicago, coyotes were released at night to roam the streets and hunt the rats. A coyote is a wild animal that looks like a cross between a dog and a wolf. It may sound dangerous, but the animals would only appear at night, and the rats became their main food source. Almost all cities would prefer to be without rats, but some people believe rats can be used to help as they are intelligent and can be trained. One unusual way rats help humans is in the detection of landmines. A landmine is an explosive device hidden on or under the ground that explodes automatically when pressure is put on it. These devices are used during wartime to destroy trucks, tanks, soldiers, or anything that steps on them. Over 60 countries, such as Cambodia in Asia and Zimbabwe in Africa, are still contaminated with millions of hidden landmines that continue to injure and kill people long after the conflicts have ceased. Sadly, 47% of all landmine accidents involve children. With their powerful sense of smell, scent detection rats are being trained to sniff out the explosive part of the landmine so that it can be disposed of safely. This is probably not enough of a reason for city dwellers to suddenly start appreciating rats. The best way to control them is to discourage them from taking up residence in our cities in the first place. Okay, that's the end of the article. Let's look at some discussion questions. Number 1. What are some of the advantages of living in a city? Number 2. What are some of the disadvantages of living in a city? Number 3. What other animals can be a problem in a city? Number 4. Who is responsible for keeping a city clean? And number 5. Some people have rats as pets. Is this a good idea or bad idea? And just for fun, let's finish with some idioms about animals. First idiom, busy as a bee, means extremely busy. Most mornings I am as busy as a bee trying to get ready for work. Wild goose chase, chasing something that's very difficult or impossible to catch. After a wild goose chase, we discovered the building was no longer at that address. The world is your oyster. You have many good opportunities in front of you. You can do anything you want. The world is your oyster. Watching like a hawk, watching something very closely. The clerk in the shop watched the teenagers like a hawk while they were shopping. This means the clerk is worried that the teenagers might steal something. Guinea pig means you're the test subject. We also say lab rat. I was always the guinea pig when my mother tried a new recipe. Hold your horses. Slow down, stop. Hold your horses. We still have a lot of time before the movie starts. I'll be a monkey's uncle. I'm very surprised. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. I can't believe she passed that test. A little birdie, a little birdie told me. Somebody secretly told me. A little bird told me that you got a new job. Butterflies in one's stomach means you're very nervous. I always get butterflies in my stomach just before a test. Remember, idioms are very culturally situated. They're very based on a culture and on a language, so they don't make a lot of sense, but they really are a lot of fun. And it makes you sound more like a native speaker of the language when you use idioms. That's the end of the article called Rats in the City. Thank you for reading English Aloud with me.